I am Sergeant Mike Flagg, and I supervise the Department's Police Beat Coordinator, or PBC program. On January 1st of 2020, it became legal for adults over the age of 21 to purchase, possess, and consume cannabis, aka marijuana, for recreational purposes. The City of Highland Park has prepared this Frequently Asked Questions, or FAQ, to help residents and businesses understand this change in law. Given the recent changes to the laws governing cannabis possession and use, we thought it was important to share this information with our residents and businesses so we are all working from the same understanding moving forward. Our Police Beat coordinators will cover the major points in this video. That said, if you have questions or are unclear about how this law affects you, please contact your Police Beat coordinator. If you have not met that officer, you can visit our website and navigate to the Police Beat coordinator page to learn more about the program.
Hello, I'm Police Beat Coordinator Doug DeBasilio, and I coordinate activities in Beat 94. We have received some questions regarding whether or not a recreational cannabis business can be located in Highland Park. Following several public meetings throughout 2019, the majority of City Council members decided to prohibit recreational cannabis businesses from locating in Highland Park until further information about the impact of legalization becomes available. The City Council may revisit the decision in the future, but any change will require a series of public meetings and hearings. Let's talk about how much cannabis an Illinois resident can legally possess per the new state law. Illinois residents over the age of 21 can legally possess any combination of the following: 30 grams of raw cannabis, cannabis-infused product or products containing a total of no more than 500 milligrams of THC, 5 grams of cannabis product in concentrated form. In addition, it's important to note that Illinois residents who are registered as qualifying patients under the state's medical cannabis program are permitted to possess and cultivate up to 5 cannabis plants and the cannabis produced from those 5 plants in their homes. Residents may not have any cannabis plants unless they qualify as a medical patient per state law. The new law also regulates how much cannabis a non-resident of the state of Illinois legally may possess. Non-residents over the age of 21 can legally possess any combination of the following: 15 grams of raw cannabis, cannabis-infused products or products containing a total of no more than 250 milligrams of THC, 2.5 grams of cannabis product in concentrated form. A non-resident may not possess cannabis plants.
Hi, my name is Officer Stadler. Now that we've talked about what types of cannabis products are permissible by law, let's talk about where cannabis may or may not be possessed and or used legally. Possession of cannabis is prohibited in the following places: on a school bus, on the grounds of any preschool, primary, or secondary school unless approved as a medical cannabis patient, in a private vehicle unless the cannabis is in a reasonably secured, sealed, tamper-evident container and is reasonably inaccessible while the vehicle is moving, in a private residence that is used at any time to provide licensed childcare or other similar social service care on the premises. Use of cannabis is prohibited in the following places: on a school bus, on the grounds of any preschool, primary, or secondary school unless authorized in the medical cannabis program, in any correctional facility, in any motor vehicle, in a private residence that is used at any time to provide licensed childcare or other similar social service care on the premises, in any public place or knowingly in close physical proximity to anyone under 21 years of age, in any public place where a person could reasonably be expected to be observed by others, in any location where smoking is prohibited by the Smoke-Free Illinois Act, including hospitals, restaurants, retail stores, offices, commercial establishments, etc. Universities, colleges, and other post-secondary educational institutions may restrict or prohibit cannabis use on their property.
Hi, I'm Officer Ginger Stokes, PBC for Beat 92. Okay, what should I do if I smell or even witness my neighbor smoking cannabis on their property? Cannabis use is not prohibited on a private residential property unless the private residential property is used as a child care facility or other similar social service sites. We recommend that you check with your property owner or homeowners association for any additional restrictions. We also ask that you please be considerate of your friends and neighbors who choose not to partake. If you have any further questions about the use and possession, or if you wish to report a prohibited use violation, please call the Highland Park Police Department at 847-489-4669. 432-7730. Equally important are the specific activities identified in the Act that an individual may not perform while using cannabis. Driving under the influence and reckless driving due to THC impairment is still illegal. This means operating, navigating, or being in actual physical control of any motor vehicle, aircraft, or motorboat while using or under the influence of cannabis. The use of cannabis by a person who has a school bus driver's permit or commercial driver's license, CDL, while on duty is also illegal.
The City of Highland Park Police Department works hard to keep our roadways safe. So how will DUIs be addressed under the new law? Hi, I'm Officer Pablo Ganea, and I'm the Police Beat Coordinator for Beat 91. I'm going to share some important information with you about how the new law regulates the use of cannabis with respect to driving. Driving under the influence of cannabis will continue to be illegal. The law allows for use of validated roadside chemical tests or standardized field sobriety tests when conducting investigations of drivers suspected of driving under the influence of cannabis. The Illinois Vehicle Code presumes a driver is impaired if they have a tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, concentration of 5 nanograms or more in whole blood, or 10 nanograms or more in another bodily substance. Lesser concentrations of THC do not give rise to a presumption that a driver is under the influence of cannabis, but may be considered with other competent evidence of impairment. The refusal to submit to a chemical test will result in the imposition of driver's license sanctions under Section 11-501.1 of the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code. The refusal to take validated roadside chemical tests or standardized field sobriety tests is admissible in any civil or criminal action or proceeding regarding impairment by use of cannabis.
Hello, I'm Officer Kevin Roberts, PBC for Beat 90. The law also spells out some restrictions for homeowners and renters. Please note that the Act allows a landlord to prohibit the smoking of cannabis on their property. An owner or lessor of residential property can prohibit the smoking of cannabis within their property. Again, we recommend that you check with your property owner or homeowners association for any additional restrictions. We also ask that you please be considerate of your friends and neighbors who choose not to partake. There are also limitations and requirements to be able to grow cannabis at home. Only registered medical cannabis patients over 21 years of age may participate in home cultivation. Additionally, cultivation in private residences by medical cannabis patients is subject to a number of limitations, such as there is a limit of 5 plants that are 5 inches or more per household without a cultivation center or craft grower license. Cannabis plants may not be cultivated in an area subject to public view. Reasonable precautions must ensure that the plants are secure from unauthorized access or access by persons under 21 years of age. And yes, the Act allows a landlord to prohibit growth of cannabis on their property.
Sergeant Flagg here again. We hope that this information explains the main points of the new cannabis law. As I said at the outset, if you have questions or need additional information, you can certainly call upon your police beat coordinator.